Carolina. Listen, thank you for joining me today, and I hope that your day, week, whatever it is, has already been amazing. I want to take a few minutes of your time and talk to you briefly from the thought, let it be. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter and the 6th verse, right around the B clause, simply says this: there is a time to keep and there is a time to let it go. There's a time to keep and there's a time to let it go. Oftentimes, as a retail manager, because that's who I am outside of the church and just in life, I've often found myself pursuing and trying to help, right? It's just who I am. It's in my DNA. And many of you out there are the same way. You just want to help. You want to be there. You want to counsel. You want to console. You want to try to be what people need in the moment. But what I have learned over the years is sometimes you have to know when to step away. Some time ago, there was someone I encountered and I could see they were having a hard time, and it kind of stirred up the gift in me to want to engage and see what I can do. The problem was I didn't consult God before I engaged. And what I found out is when I engaged that person, and even though I was accurate in my assessment, they didn't need or want my involvement. And so what I've done is over the years, I've learned how to let things be. Listen, many of you are dealing with people, things, and situations that it's time to throw away. You've invested your time, you've invested your energy, you've invested your emotions in things that, one, maybe you didn't need to invest yourself in, or two, you didn't need to invest yourself in so thoroughly, or three, you've been invested in it way too long. And this is the first thing I want to tell you. You're doing these things and it's not really benefiting them. And what you have to remember is, point number one, they need God, not you. Remember, God works through us, but we are not God. And what happens is when you become a person's source, come on, you're putting yourself in the place of God. And what will happen, not only do they become dependent on you, you become dependent on them needing you, and that creates an unhealthy dynamic. So you always have to remember, those of you people that are out there like me that just have compassion and love to help people, you have to learn to give them God and then step away. Listen, you may be pouring out a whole lot to people that you care about, but at some point the people that you pour out to should indeed replenish you. Come on, somebody. Now, I don't make demands on places where I can't get a response or replenishment from. But if I'm in a relationship with you and I'm always pouring out and I'm always giving and I'm always sensitive to what you need, but you never have the capacity to replenish me, that's a sign to let it be. Because we're not here for each other. I'm just here for you. And could it be the person that you're striving with is no longer your assignment? Come on, somebody. This is one thing that I've learned. All of us have assigned seasons and assigned people. And sometimes we hold on to people longer than we should, even when we know the assignment is up. And I want to encourage somebody today. Don't be afraid to walk away when you know your assignment is up. Come on, somebody. And when you do that, it takes the pressure, the pain, the stress, and the frustration away from you. And the last thing I want you to know is Jesus is their help, and he's yours too. So you've got to learn to let it be. Jesus is your help. Jesus is their help. And when you've done all that you can do with what God has given you, you've got to learn to let it be. Listen, this is Pastor Kelvin coming to you from the King's Worship Center. I want to encourage you. Don't stay in something. Don't deal with something. Come on, don't pour yourself out to something when it's time to walk away. Learn how to let it be. And I want to say this to you as well. Don't feel bad when you know the time is up. Let them need God more than they need you. Once again, this is Pastor Kelvin coming to you live from the King's Worship Center right here in the big city of Simpsonville, South Carolina. I would love if you would stop in and join me this coming Sunday morning at 10:30 as I teach the lesson, Why Should I Forgive Them?, from our series Undecided. Listen, if you're struggling with pain, hurt, frustration that's stemming from forgiveness, where you have been wounded or hurt, The lesson this Sunday is just for you. I hope to see you there, and I pray that you have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, until we speak, peace about.